Well, I think we got a lot of guys coming over from Europe, and so they got to get used to the North American ice, and that's going to take a little bit of time. But if you drill down into it a little bit further, I thought that we did a lot of good things out there. There's a lot of things from the video that we're going to take and learn from, and we'll be better at. But there was a lot of positives out there as well. I think any time in a game where you can score 5 goals, you must be doing something right.
I just love to get your take on the power play chemistry that you saw from, especially a lot of time from the first unit out there. Is that what you expected right off the gate? And just to the success that it had tonight, it looked like everything was working out well for it.
Well, I think whenever you can return guys from last year that had some success with it, towards the end of the season, that's really going to help. I think adding Kyle Jackson, who's an elite half-wall player, that obviously helps things as well. But we had 4 guys on that, quote-unquote second unit that have all been here before and kind of have a good understanding of what we're trying to do out there. And then Jack's just really fit in. To what Otter said earlier, I do think we have 2 really good units. The first unit, the second unit was scoring too quick for the first unit to get out there. But over the course of the year, that'll even itself out. And I'm excited to see what that other unit can do as well.
Can you go into what the decision to pull Wallace up for the 4th goal?
Yeah, as a coach, you're behind there, and it's a tricky situation, right? Sometimes you do it for momentum, right? You want to change momentum for your group, and you never know the right answer till the end of the day. And I thought Tunger went in, and I thought he did a good job for us and made some key saves, but those are difficult situations as a coach, and I'm going to have to talk to Hugo and sort some things out. But I thought Hugo battled in there, and I think we gave up 2 shorties and and a couple bounces here and bounces there, and again, so you just want to change momentum at times, and that's really what we did.
From a fan standpoint, as the season went on last year, it seemed that you noted that the crowds were growing. Excitement was getting a little bit louder, and here we are, opening night, season 2, record-setting crowd. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I do. I think our front office staff deserves a ton of credit. They worked incredibly hard all summer to make sure that there was 4,700 plus people in there, and not only that, but our arena staff and our game day ops. The atmosphere was so much better. They had the ribbon boards going. The ice is better. Brian does a great job with that. Anthony, the head of the arena here, he kind of took the reins on that. Blake, he does a lot of the Zamboni stuff, and it was a total organizational success. And even though we didn't necessarily get the result we want, I think any fan that's leaving this building tonight thinks that they got a great entertainment value.
So you have Iowa quite a bit on the schedule this year. How do you think this sets you up going forward with them?
Well, I got a lot of respect for Webby. Chuck Weber's a great coach. He's done some tremendous things in this league. We watched their, we were able to watch their video from last night. They played Tulsa, and we knew they were a fast team. We knew they, ironically, they do a lot of the same things that we do. And it was an interesting chess match to go back and forth. And, listen, you look at our division, whether it's Iowa, whether it's Indy, whether it's Kalamazoo, whether it's Fort Wayne, whether it's Toledo, whether it's Cincinnati. I mean, it's, we're fighting for a playoff spot from day one.
Finally, just want to ask you about Brandon Yeamans and how cool that was to get a goal against his former team, and the kind of impact that he can have and his style of play, and getting just picked up at the end of last season, and now chance to become a part of the core of this team.
Yeah, we played Iowa probably about 14 times last year, and Yeamans was a thorn in our side. So when the opportunity came to pick him up, that was a no-brainer for Dan and I. But not only Yeamans, and yeah, he got the goal, and that's huge. But the role that Roby plays and Nealer, they give our group very valuable minutes. Roby's used on the penalty kill. We're going to be using Yeamans and Nealer on the penalty kill as well. But they go out, they set the tone. They play a game that Dan and I and Mess really value and appreciate. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention them.